Angels say, tonight changes everything. The person heaven chose is coming. There are moments in life when heaven interrupts. Earth, tonight, is one of those moments. The stillness you feel, the tension in your spirit. It is not confusion, it is preparation. The book of Isaiah says, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43 verse 19. Something new has already started. Even if you cannot see it yet, you have been in a waiting season, a silent season. A season where prayers felt unanswered, but heaven was not ignoring you. Heaven was aligning things for you. Angels move where obedience meets timing, and your timing is now. There is a person coming into your life, not by accident, not by chance, but by divine assignment. This is not about romance alone. This is about purpose. God does not send people randomly, He sends them strategically. The book of Proverbs says, the steps of a good person are ordered by the Lord. Proverbs 20 verse 24. That means every meeting, every connection, every crossing path is already written. You thought you were delayed, but you were being protected. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being prepared. Some relationships had to end. Some doors had to close. Because what is coming cannot mix with what was. Angels were removing distractions. They were clearing space. The loneliness you felt, it was not punishment, it was refinement. God was teaching you how to stand alone, so you would not depend on the wrong person. Because what is coming is not ordinary. The person heaven chose carries assignment. They carry confirmation. They carry alignment. They will not confuse you. They will not drain you. There will be peace. A deep knowing. The book of 1 Corinthians says, God is not the author of confusion, but of peace. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 33. When they come, you will not feel chaos, you will feel clarity. You have been asking God for signs, but you were given preparation. Instead, because signs can be misunderstood. But preparation cannot be faked. Look at your growth, look at your change. You are not who you were last year. You are stronger now, wiser now, more aware now. That is not coincidence. That is divine shaping. God prepares people before He connects them. Because connection without preparation leads to destruction. The angels have been watching your process. They have seen your tears, your silent prayers, the nights when you asked, God, where are you? He was there working behind the scenes. There are conversations happening in heaven about you. There are instructions being released. The book of Hebrews says, are not all angels ministering spirits sent to serve those who will inherit salvation? Hebrews 1 verse 14. That means angels are assigned to you. They move when God speaks. And tonight, God is speaking. The delay is over. Not everything will change in 1 second, but everything has already shifted in the spirit. The meeting is closer than you think. The connection is already in motion. You may meet them in a normal place, a simple moment, but do not mistake simplicity for insignificance. God often hides destiny in ordinary moments. Moses met his calling in a desert. David was chosen in a field. The ordinary became extraordinary. Be alert, be present. Do not dismiss small moments. The person heaven chose may not look like your expectations, because God does not follow your checklist, He follows purpose. Sometimes, what you want is not what you need, but what God sends is exactly what you need. That person will recognize your spirit. There will be a connection deeper than words. Not forced, not rushed, just natural, because what God builds does not need pressure. It needs alignment. You have learned lessons the hard way. You have seen what wrong connections can do. That knowledge was not wasted. It was preparation. The next connection will not feel like confusion. It will feel like peace. Peace is your confirmation. If there is chaos, pause. If there is pressure, step back. God does not rush what He ordains. The book of Ecclesiastes says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11. Timing matters, and your time is not late. It is precise. Angels are positioning both of you. Every delay was part of alignment. If you had met earlier, it would not have worked. You were not ready, they were not ready. But now, things are different. There is maturity now. There is understanding now. There is purpose now. Do not go back to old patterns. Do not settle for familiar pain. You have outgrown what once felt normal. The next step requires new thinking. Guard your heart. The book of Proverbs says, above all else, guard your heart. Proverbs 4 verse 23. Because your heart carries your direction, not everyone deserves access, not everyone deserves your energy. But the one God sends will not have to force entry. They will be aligned. You will not need to chase them, because what God sends comes with peace. You may feel a shift tonight, a sense that something is changing, that is not imagination, that is spiritual. Awareness, pay attention to it. God speaks in quiet ways. Not always loud, not always obvious. Sometimes through a thought, sometimes through a feeling, sometimes through a moment like this. This is not about predicting the future. This is about recognizing. Preparation. God prepares before He reveals. The person coming is not perfect, and neither are you, but there will be alignment in purpose. Growth will be mutual, respect will be natural, and peace will be constant. You will not have to question where you stand, because clarity will replace confusion. That is how you know it is from God. Do not fear this change. You have been asking for something new, but new requires leaving the old. That can feel uncomfortable, but it is necessary. The Israelites had to leave Egypt, even though it was familiar, because promise does not exist in comfort zones. It exists in obedience. You are being led into something new. Trust the process, trust the timing, trust the timing, trust God, even when you do not understand. Faith is not about seeing everything, it is about trusting anyway. The book of Hebrews says, faith is the substance of things hoped for. Hebrews 11 verse 1. You may not see it yet, but it is already forming. There is movement in places you cannot see. There are decisions being made, paths being aligned, moments being prepared, and when the time is right, everything will connect. Do not force what God has not confirmed. Wait for peace, wait for clarity, wait for alignment, because what is forced will not last, but what is ordained will remain. You are not behind, you are in position, even if it does not feel like it. Heaven does not operate on your schedule. It operates on purpose, and purpose requires precision. Every step matters, every moment matters, even this moment. You did not find this message by accident. You were led here because you needed confirmation, and this is your confirmation. Something is changing. Something is shifting. Something is coming. Not later, not someday, but soon. Be ready. Not by rushing, but by being aligned. Stay grounded, stay focused. Do not let fear interrupt faith. You have come too far to turn back. The past is behind you. The mistakes are behind you. The pain is behind you. You are stepping into something new. Do not carry old baggage into new seasons. Release it. Let it go. Forgive. He'll move forward, because what is coming requires space. Space for growth. Space for growth. Space for connection. Space for purpose. The angels are not just watching. They are working. They are guiding. They are protecting. And they are preparing the moment when paths will cross, and everything will make sense. You will look back and understand why things did not work before. Why doors closed. Why delays happened. Because everything was leading here, to this moment, to this connection, to this purpose. Nothing was wasted. Not your pain, not your waiting. Everything had meaning. Everything had purpose. And now, you are ready. Stay alert, stay prayerful. Stay aligned, because tonight, something has shifted. And very soon, you will see it. Conclusion. This message is not about prediction, it is about preparation. It is about understanding how God works. God does not rush. He prepares, He aligns, He confirms. And then He reveals. The person heaven chose is not random. They are part of your assignment, and you are part of theirs. This is about purpose. This is about growth. This is about alignment. Trust God's timing, and when the moment comes, you will know. Because peace will lead you. And clarity will confirm it.